Hi, my name is Alex and I'm a member of JEF Munich, and today we are talking to Paolo from Poland. So Paolo, please introduce yourself real quick, and why don't you tell us a bit about the situation of COVID-19 in Poland?
My name is Paolo Tinti. I'm president of JEF Poland for the last 2 years. And when it comes to the situation in Poland, it's more and more complicated because we are now facing not only with the pandemic, but also with the government which is trying to organize the next presidential election on 10th of May. But the problem is that a lot of things in Poland and also abroad is prohibited. For example, in some countries you cannot go out from your house or from your flat, and actually every citizen around the world can vote in the election. So normally we organize the election branches around embassies, but now it's forbidden to bring to this embassies. So the people need to send some mail to Poland and after wait for the answer from the government. But everything, when it comes to the law of this election, everything was made like 2 weeks ago. So people don't know how to vote. People don't know what is the law about this election. It's still not even precised because the second chamber of parliament still working on this law. And we are just right to the election. So this is really complicated. And from other side, we don't have such problem like Spain or Italy when it comes to victims and to the people which are contagious. But we still didn't stop the epidemic. So we flattened the curve, but the problem is that we still have higher number of people which are contagious by day than Czech Republic, than Austria, that many other countries which already have, I think, same measures, same security measures, but they defend this pandemic. But in Poland, it's still like 350, 400 cases per day. And it was same like 2 weeks ago, so we didn't stop.
So let me ask you a question.
That's a problem.
So what is the biggest concern in Poland? Is it the virus? Is it the economy? Or is it the election and the democracy that's probably decaying?
When it comes to the biggest fear, I think it's economy. Because the response to the economic outbreak, it's delayed. We had some shift from the government to stabilize the situation, but still workers didn't see their salaries on the account, and that's the situation became complicated. And it's quite delayed, and they propose another things, but some of these things are, for example, they are not good for employee, and some are good for entrepreneurs. So people are, from one side, they're scared about unemployment, and for other side, they're scared about security of job, if they will have the same contracts, same rules of their work. And in Poland, actually, the unemployment didn't went up so high like in the United States or in Italy or in Spain, because we don't have the tourism sector such high like there. And a lot of people are still working in the commerce or in the public sector. So also our job law is quite strict. So the companies cannot fire you day by day, but they need to wait at least 3 months. So we will see higher unemployment after 3 months, because most of the job contracts are expired after 3 months from the situation when the employer is telling to their employees that they are fired. But this is the biggest problem in Poland, and after that there is the problem of virus and also democracy when it comes to the next election and the things which happen.
Okay. Having heard that, do you have any wishes or expectations of the EU, or probably you could add also if you're satisfied with the solidarity in Europe?
Well, we don't have problem that we need some special help like the doctors or some medicines from European side, and these things Polish government managed by the national sources and by some own suppliers chain from China and from different parts of Europe. So we don't have the same lack of equipment like in Italy, and our outbreak also was not so high like somewhere else that we need some foreign help. And when it comes to money, as we know, European Commission has prepared the budget where we had quite many funds for the recovery. I think one of the biggest budget in the whole European Union. So we are not cared about European solidarity like other countries. But I think big part of Poles are waiting for some came from Brussels. For example, from Commissioner Jourova, which is dealing with the case of Poland and rule of law, because before it was about the court and about the justice, now it's about the election. And a lot of people are scared that we have elections which are not valid, and even OSCE were telling a few days ago that they can be undemocratic, and I think that's the biggest problem when it comes to the European Union and Poland for now. Not the case of COVID-19. Of course, we are a lot of people around the borders, near the borders, they're waiting for opening their borders, because a lot of Poles are working in Czech Republic or in Germany, and the people there are mass protests on the borders because we had strict control, and you cannot leave Poland, for example, for work still and go back to your house after the workday, but you need to be quarantined. So that's also the problem. But the people inside Poland are still calm when it comes to traveling and working abroad.
All right. So the borders are closed now. The measures are incredible, like in a negative way. What do you predict for the future of Europe concerning these measures, like closing borders? Do you see probably something positive in it? Like, do we, respect the open Schengen area more, for example, after all?
Well, when it comes to these questions, if there is something good in the situation, maybe only the things to the people that they can spend more time with their families. And we were promoting this kind of Erasmus style life that the young people are traveling around Europe during their studies. And now many people which moved for Erasmus semester were locked in some countries or in some places, and they couldn't go back, or they had the problems with that. So this is some lesson that yeah, we had free borders, but at least you need to have one place that you need to, that this place you are, I don't know, maybe citizen. And that shows from one side that we don't have this European citizenship, because sometimes you need to choose if to spend your time or life in one country or to live in few countries in such situation like that. But in other way also, I think some provinces, some provincial regions, I don't know, in Bulgaria, in Poland, or maybe in Spain, the people just go back there for a moment to visit their families, and they saw that they could also spend time with them. So that's the way of understanding this fact, but maybe we just stopped for a moment and we can reflect on some things in Europe, but in most of the fact that the questions that the borders are closed and we don't have freedom of movement, it's really problematic, and I think we shouldn't go on with that, because that's more tragedy than some kind of, I don't know, the way to attract people to live in the provincial areas.
Yeah, I think after that we know what we have with open borders and freedom of movement, traveling across the borders. All right, thank you very much. Yeah, I wish you all the best, and that you get through this crisis very healthy and as good as you can. And yeah, hopefully we see each other at some point physically.
Cool. Thanks.
In real life.
All the best for you. So bye.
Thank you. Bye.